In our final trade of the day, joining me now is Alan Knuckman of Agora Financial with his weekly options alert. Good to have you here, Alan.
Good morning, Angie.
So what do you think about the market action?
Well, it's more momentum. Markets come back each and every time, so we saw new highs in the Dow and the S&P. Tech hasn't done that just yet, but we had a key reversal unwind June 9th, and we're almost back to that tip top, which is going to tell us more. I'll get back to that in a minute.
I know you have a market indicator, so what would be your trade of the day?
Well, my smart money indicator saw flows into Apple. I'm looking at a weekly option in Apple, not this Friday, but Friday next. So it's going to be the 28th of July is the expiration. At the money option was the 149 call. So far, Apple's kind of stalled out, but what's interesting, it still has a lot more upside. Facebook made new highs, and tech is almost back, but Apple is still about 4 or 5% away from that record top.
What do you need to have happen here to make a profit?
Well, as Apple moves higher, this option will gain in value, and you're going to see a significant return in a short period of time using these weekly options, if and when we're correct on the direction.
Viewers of our show love to know what's going on in the minds of traders. So what would be your trading floor takeaways?
Well, I'm looking at three things mainly. One, Netflix. Everybody's talking about the big pop in Netflix, but
that's true.
What I want to tell people was to be expected, or that's what the markets behind us expected anyways. Using the options market, they're priced in about an 8% move, and boom, we saw a 9% move. Now, the options market wasn't telling us what direction, but it was telling us the magnitude, which is important. So you've got to watch what the markets tell you.
The options market's always a great predictor. A couple of more takeaways.
The second thing I want to talk about is this market melt-up, and I'm looking at the technology sector. Still has more room. Now, the distance of that last fall on top of these highs, if we get back to the highs, that projects about a 5% move. So there's still a lot more upside in tech. Now, we're up 20% year to date. So we've come a long ways, but I still think we've got a long ways to go.
And finally on your list?
Last, the crude climb. Crude is quietly climbing back up near the $50 level. So that could be the next catalyst for stocks. If we get another short squeeze in crude, a lot of these energy stocks that have been left behind can start to play ball, and that pushes the market higher.
We will see you next week with another options alert. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.